So we're going to go through the parts for the Harley build and see what we've got and what we don't have, so I'll know what to make a list of for what I need and what I'm going to use and what I'm not going to use. So let's get started. I already know I'm not going to use this transmission, but this is the transmission that came out of the bike. This one, she's pretty well roached. The main bearing, the main shaft bearing's toast. The main drive bearing's toast. I'm sure there's more roached bearings inside. It needs a full rebuild. Not a big deal. Not real expensive to do if you can do it yourself. But it doesn't mate up with a twin cam engine, and the engine I've got coming, I'm not in frame, comes with a transmission and primary and everything all fully assembled. So I'm not even going to mess with this one. I do have a spare starter that'll probably work with the engine that's coming. I got some fancy chrome junk that I'm not going to use. I probably will use this nice voltage regulator cover though. Exhaust brackets. I got an engine oil filler neck because the oil pan is part of the transmission, so this goes right here on the side of the transmission. So I doubt I'll ever need a spare, but I'll have a spare if I need it. Fancy dipstick. Alright, I got a swing arm axle and bushings, and they're not in the best shape, but they're not in the worst shape. I've got a front engine mount that's actually still good. That may or may not get used because there's one on the bike as well. I've got some used oil hoses that I won't need, but it's nice to have them. Some more swing arm bushings. I think those are swing arm bushings, yeah. Bunch of hardware I'm going to need. Again, not going to need it, but I've got a complete primary. I'll probably need the shift lever. I'll probably need this shift linkage, and I actually kind of like this one, so I'll probably use it anyway. In here is a primary chain, compensator, clutch, and primary tensioner, which again I won't need for the engine and trans I've got coming, but it's nice to have spares, I guess. Let's see what's in here. I've got a voltage regulator, my little Vose sensor, which I'll need, starter jack shaft and bearing race and everything, so that's good. The little box that holds some lines and stuff, belt guard. Oh good, I will definitely need that. That's my brake bracket for the swing arm. I've got my clutch cover and release bearing and all that. I'm not going to need that because I'm running a twin cam, but that's a points cover for a Evo engine. There's my derby cover, so I'll stick that on there. And the chain tensioner cover is in the box too. There's a big main drive bearing for a transmission. This one might actually be good. A bunch more hardware, so we got to make sure we don't lose that. Looks like handlebar bushings. I'm sure those are junk. And a free rack. So that's in here. So another set of swing arm bushings and another swing arm axle. These are actually in much better shape than the others. I might use these, I might not. I might get new ones, I haven't decided yet. I am trying to keep this cheap, so chances are I'll use the better set of the two. Big bag of hardware, always need that. There's more handlebar bushings in there. Horn and a top engine mount, so we're doing good there. All 4 floorboards. My swing arm bushing covers that hold the swing arm in place with the swing arm axle. Looks like I've got all the hardware too, so that's good. Got a brake pedal, good rear axle, side stand, front lower engine mount. Even a kickstand spring. Yeah, we're in real good shape. Got a swing arm, complete with slack adjusters. This one's a little squished like they always are, because everybody always wants to over torque that nut. That nut only torques at 65 foot-pounds. You don't have to try and reef it down so it's never ever going to come off. Okay, and this swing arm has the bushings in it, so I don't have to hunt some of them down. Let's try a swing arm axle and see if those are actually tight. And this is just a stock swing arm axle. I believe Harley calls this a swing arm pivot rod. Feel any slop in the bushings. Those are staying in and getting used, so that's good. And these actually go in the frame with some other bits and pieces. And like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to get new ones or not. They're not in bad shape, but they're not in great shape. Same with my front engine mounts. I've taken a lot worse out of bikes, but if I want to put a new one in, now's the time. And there's actually a front engine mount in the bike as well. And this one's wasted. That's pretty worn out and sloppy. And this is where the big pivot rod bushings go for the swing arm. And I saw a brake pad laying in there. So hopefully there's 2 brake pads to go in this caliper. Oh, these shocks look like they have lowering links on them, so that's awesome. That'll make it a little easier for the nice lady behind the camera to get this thing off the side stand and reach the ground. So another thing I'm missing is keys. So let's look in the saddlebags and see if we have keys. Got a real nice gas tank. The exhaust that came off the bike is in good shape, and it's totally usable. It's going back on. I don't especially prefer this configuration where you got the header and a Y pipe coming into the one right-hand exhaust and then another pipe that comes across and goes over the primary and out the left-hand side, because they tend to break right at this weld. And there's a bracket that bolts to the starter that also tends to break. But it's a good looking exhaust, it'll sound good and it'll work, and I already have it, and it saves me about $1,000 on the new exhaust, so that's what we're using. So let's throw a towel down. I got a lot more than I expected when I bought this bike. I didn't realize so much of it, kinky, was here and intact. You want a little purse, baby? I'll take that as a no. I hope that's a mask. That is actually a Snap-on screwdriver, because Williams is made by Snap-on. It's their homeowner brand. Nice. I've even got the bag hardware to bolt the bags back on. That's cute. Snap-on, is that a... That's a Craftsman Pro. They haven't made those in 20 years. But no keys. Let's look in the other one. I feel like those are probably part of the bike and might be important. Oh, I spoke too soon on the bag mounting hardware. Only got one for this side. That's okay. I know I need some now. Still no keys though. Not a big deal. I'm sure I can find a ignition and keys on eBay. So let's see. I need an ignition system that'll work with the twin cam, because what's on the bike probably won't. Need a carburetor. Need swing arm bushings. Probably going to use one of the front engine mounts that I've already got, but I might not. I'll price them out and see. That's pretty much it at this point with the engine I've got coming. So now I know what I've got and what I need. I do plan to upgrade the headlights all to LED, and the turn signals and the fender tip lights. Custom Dynamics makes a really nice LED tail light that I'll probably put on this. And again, I'll upgrade the turn signals and fender tip light to LED too. And yeah, she'll be a runner. I'll check out the rear wheel bearings while that's off and replace those if need be before I put the rear wheel back on. And then I am going to put a set of fork seals and steering neck bearings in it before I put it on the road as well. But so there's the plan, and there's what we got. Y'all have a great day.